great commander has just been assaulted by the Alabrocious units. It appears they've mustered another army roughly the same size. All of the leaders of their barbarian faction have come together to try to stop Rome. The fools! The fools! We're gonna fuck up Divico. We're gonna slap Penios. We're gonna embarrass Lugios. And we're gonna leave Cambo for last. All kidding aside, bringing up strategy and concerns and things like this, we are going to be on the back foot. We are going to be highly defensive here. We are low on horse and weak in certain categories of our units. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. We may lose a unit or two. Probably going to lose an Equite. We need to stop their horse early, but here's the problem. The amount of chieftains that they have, they're all horse. So they have a lot of cavalry. So this might be more challenging than we think. Well, let's see what happens on the battle map. I'll see you on the field.
Many of us carry scars honorably gained in defense of our people.
Agreed.
Today we stand ready again.
The enemy has reinforcements.
If necessary, we will die for our cause.
Agreed.
Better yet, we will help our enemies die. Stand ready, men.
Let's get after it. Legions of Rome are prepared for an enormous battle against all odds. This is the single biggest threat that our great commander, Lucius Caesar, has faced. Employing a similar tactic as before, he's laid spike traps in his front. On his left flank, he's employed a similar situation here in the wing. Basically, making sure that he has those cavalry charges covered. After all, the enemy does have significantly more cavalry. This is going to be the biggest threat. To reinforce his winged cavalry, he also... What's going on here? What's going on? What is that? Oh no. It appears Lucius Caesar is a little bit disheartened by the enemy far on his left. Why? I'm trying to put my mind into the situation here. It's only a small force. I'm not seeing... Here we go. Oh, man. I now understand. The allies of Divico are arriving. The allies of Divico are arriving in many different directions. Undoubtedly, Lucius Caesar is looking for his reinforcements. He's completely abandoned his trap. Something must be wrong. Where are Lucius Caesar's reinforcements? Where is Paulus? It's got to be it, right? Wow. Clearly a message didn't make it to Paulus's camp. And the way that was ordered by Lucius Caesar, this is frustrating. Although it seems tactically smart to take the hill, these separated forces here will be exhausted by the time they gather together on this important road. It seems Lucius has abandoned his traps. Undoubtedly because they are facing in the wrong direction and he can't defend against that. So he moves his units to the top of the hill calmly in an organized manner, undoubtedly taking an executive decision here in terms of what's more defensible to this hill. It appears the enemy's setting up on the opposite hill. This will most likely be the field of battle. Let's take a look at where exactly we'll be fighting. It seems right here where Paulus is taking command is Hill 1. Then to the left flank, we have the road on a lower point of elevation, and across the valley is going to be Hill 2, where undoubtedly the enemy will organize themselves. They have too good of a view of the enemy. So it's to be assumed that the battle will take place right here in the valley. We're here in this patch of dirt. We'll call this the patch. So here we are, Hill 1, then the patch, then Hill 2. So we're going to go ahead and catch back up with Lucius, Caesar, and Paulus once they're a little bit more organized. I'll see you on the field. Lucius Paulus waits as his Roman reinforcements on his left meet his small auxiliary legion, who primarily was here to support, but in some wartime confusion, the armies mustered at the wrong locations. And now the concern remains as the enemy descend from Hill 2 in the direction of the patch and their current hill, Hill 1. The question remains, will they make it in time? They appear fresh, unwavering from the exercise they took to get up the hill, and it appears that on the left-hand side, the Roman legions are crossing the road to position themselves on this sacred hill, soon to be bloodied with the bodies of their barbarian coalition enemy. There's more than one nation at battle today, although the Ligurians have pretty much been pacified. A final Tauresian conglomerate with leftover units from the Ligurian nation, led by none other than Divico, a war veteran of a previous Roman battle, have ridden out to meet the Romans, to take the aggression to them. It's going to be curious to see the formation types as they ascend up on this hill, kicking dust, alerting the enemy of the size of the Roman force. Now, in terms of number, the Romans are less, are more few, and are tired. Their supplies have been running low. Lucius Caesar's ambitious campaign has stretched out their food supply, their linen supply, their supply of scalpels. They've been unable to acquire any further scalpels from Egypt, the finest scalpel and medical equipment maker in the world, which is why their numbers have been waning. And yet they line up. Still completely confused and rank, they ascend the hill into what appears to be standard Aces formation, or Axes formation. You must forgive my Latin. Could use some work. Let's check out what we got over here on the enemy side. The primary concern here is the number of horse. The enemy is very mobile. And these aren't just any kind of horsemen. They are generals and chieftains from all across Celtica, from all across the southern tip of this cultural powerhouse known as the Celts. They are confusing, nonetheless, to delineate from each other, but they each have their own uniqueness they each have their own style. In fact, in recorded history, it's very difficult to find specificity around this culture group. It is rumored they are a unique blend of ancient Punic influence from all the way up in Northern Ireland to Gaulish metallurgy from the heart of France. They ruled the world at some point, some historians believe, but those records have been destroyed. And now, as we write our own history, the Romans must be wondering, who are these people? Why do they matter? Are they able to stop us? Typically, a Celtic man stands a few feet taller than the average Roman. They are intimidating to see. They are bred for war. Even their gods differ. Instead of worshipping Zeus, a human-like figure, the Celts worship the spirit within an animal. The hunger of a wolf. The ferocity of a boar. These are the ideals of such Celtic men. To release themselves from the bondage of humanity and to free their spirits into the delights of nature. Each day they seek for such. That's why they abandon clothes. That's why they abandon rationality. There's no place for such in nature. Nature is its purest form. We are just human beings alienating us from the very thing that created us in the first place. Or so they say. It does appear we are having a Celtic movement here. We're going to go on to the Roman right. Into this tree line. It appears that the Roman Veltes are pushing back here. And in a similar move, Lucius Caesar is employing his hoplites onto the wings to defend against the heavy amounts of cavalry attack. It does appear that these units will not make it out in time. It is a concern. A Velite unit could be completely taken by advantage here. Left unprotected, this Velite is now rear charged. Do they have the courage to stand strong? It does not appear that will happen today, as a second charge further out into the Roman right wing has just decimated these Velite units. Now in panic, it appears the Roman Equites are wheeling around the right flank to try to get some cycle charges into this light cavalry and chieftain unit. The hoplite wall does not seem to be keeping the enemy. There's total disorder in the camp. The Roman Equite is charged by the cavalry, but it does not appear to be much of a threat. Soon they will destroy the threat at hand. Here on the Roman left, the hoplites get themselves ready as quickly as they can. They are put into disorder by the Velite themselves. Now into hoplite formation, they wait. Pilum is thrown to the Roman left. Trying to whittle down these cavalry is going to be a key part to this battle. Pinning the cavalry and getting rid of the cavalry with minimal collateral damage will be the difference. Any rear charge by these cavalry into the Roman units could be highly dangerous. It appears the cavalry on the right, Roman side, have been extinguished, and the main battle is about to begin. Let's take a look. The barbarian infantry get nearer, goaded on by their fellow chieftains. They cannot appear weak today, not of all days. Today is the day to take down Rome. The clashes have begun. Roman legion is now up. Shield against the angry, desperate barbarian tribes. The Ligurian enemy and the Taurasian enemy will meet Rome today in battle. It appears our general is being attacked. Let's figure out what's going on in the Roman rear. Another cavalry charge, this time directly onto the general. The general rushing in as many reinforcements as he can. It appears they will beat back this specific cavalry charge. It's going to come down to the general to really make sure that the rear flank of his Roman legion doesn't get exploited by the excess number of horse. Spare unit of legion is sent in here. These Principae are brought back to silence the cavalry advantage that the Gauls currently have, while the Triarii are in square formation just in case they get flanked. Looks like the brunt of the force here is falling on the Roman left. A tactical error, in my opinion. All Rome has to do is shift its flank, its right flank, wheel it around to position similar as this, and prepare to push them down the hill. More units come crashing in. The battle is starting to heat up. The primary skirmish-esque engagements are coming to a close, and the main clash will be here soon. To be completely honest, at first glance, the numbers are overwhelming. The Romans barely able to hold down to their battle lines, some of them 1 to 2 men thick. All it requires is an effective charge to break that open. Back on the Roman right, towards the tree line, barbarian cavalry are constantly goading the enemy, picking off anyone they can as they search for weaknesses in the Roman line. A spare unit of Hastati put on the flanks. They are concerned about the roaming barbarians, although they appear to be exhausted from the amount of traveling they are doing. The main battle line is still a concern. We're talking 1, 2, 3 men, maybe 4 men thick. That does not take much. That does not take much to cave that. Now the barbarians are nearing. They're nearing the fever pitch. Let's get into the battle. Watch some of the hand-to-hand combat. All in all, our takeaway from the barbarian style of war is reckless, powerful, completely inconsiderate of any form of organization, and completely fixated on the idea of personal valor. It's a curious thing. Such a stark difference between the organization of the Manipular Legion and how Rome prioritized its infantry over any sort of cavalry engagement. And so far in history, it does appear that Rome has been successful in such. Putting the infantry first has conquered many regions, has made them flexible in almost any situation. But this particular battle is taking every little bit of reinforcement as possible. Every little bit of reinforcement is required. In order to face them properly, the Romans wheel their right flank to gather more effective angles for the Velites. Smart. Lucius Caesar himself standing stoically at the center, making sure his men's equipment are working properly, that his lines are perfectly straight, that his generals are adhering to his communicative demands. The battle is raging. Barbarian against barbarian. I guess you can say we're all barbarians in one way. The barbaric nature of the Roman war machine against the barbarism of personal honor. I wonder how the historians will mark these days. If we'll have the chance to truly witness such feats in color at full spectrum. Reinforcements are getting strained at the Roman center. There is some concern. But all the meanwhile, Lucius Caesar is laying his trap. Desperately fighting off cavalry engagement after cavalry engagement. Really, it's down to his units, his cavalry, to win the day. The infantry can hold, but if they do not have the support of cycle charging cavalry, the sheer numbers of this barbarian force will overtake even the most skilled infantrymen. There's one ultimate equalizer in this ancient empire, and that is the amount of energy you have to spend. The exhaustion that comes with these battles must be something so new for me personally to experience. The desperate drive to survive while holding heavy objects at angles for hours at a time, conducting in physical combat for hours at a time. Good Lord, look at this man's beard. This is the most epic of beards. His beard is his chest hair. His chest hair is his beard. I bow down to the barbarian nature of that biblical beard. Well done, sir. Well done. Fighting is beginning to slow ever so softly. Cavalry engagements down into the valley, into this dirt patch. You can see the trail of dead as Rome is slowly working its way to be able to flank the rear of this enormous pool of enemy. All in the meanwhile, the cavalry are still rushing around trying to eliminate as much as they can. You can see the Roman battle line here. Everything has been thrown to make sure that no Roman breaks, that no portion of their battle line falls. A few legions rush in to side flank. Whittling them down. It's quite something to think about, the amount of atrocities that can happen under a perfectly blue sky. How many times in history have we been graced with the natural beauty of great weather, only to dedicate its time to the death of a sacred enemy? But I suppose that's the Roman way. Ensuring victory is ensuring gifts for the gods. Rome is beginning to close the noose, moving their men further into the battle line. They are becoming the aggressor, as you can tell just by the shift on the line that the Roman center is moving forward, trying to alienate the total morale boost that occurs between one giant conglomerate of enemy. Rome cleaning up the last few enemies here, the ranged enemies which have been peppering the Romans, a pesky nuisance. that can cause even their most valiant warriors to fall. It makes sense. Cavalry counters range. It's as simple as that. And now the barbarians are beginning to fall. They are running away from the Romans. Typical barbarians are running. Now the Romans get the pleasure of chasing them down. You see, in ancient battles in history, it wasn't typically the engagement that caused casualties, but moments like this. The routing, the running, the cowardice. The moment you turn your back to the enemy as such, those who were in front of you and those who are to the left and right, they're all affected. And now Rome, once again, is victorious. I will see you on the campaign. Whew! Legio Fidelis, you almost had me there. That was hella close. We did lose one Principe unit, which is definitely a bummer. But man, did we barely hold on. Barely hold on. We have to heal. We gotta heal. This is getting a little ridiculous. I'm worried about losing additional units that have all these chevrons. I mean, look at the ranks. Rank 3. Most of them is rank 3. We gotta keep them. We gotta keep them for those reasons. So, great decisive victory. We have crushed. We have crushed the Tauresian hammer. Now it's time to reap the rewards. Looks like Taurisia successfully conquered Vienna. They destroyed the Helvetii. The Suebian Confederacy is no more. We will not be facing the Swabians. Wow. He rejected. Paulus rejected my offer for adoption. Current power struggle has changed. Mercenary contracts are available. Kind of a weird turn. Kind of a weird turn. Let's check out our faction politics here and see. Insignificant. We cannot have that. We cannot have our power be insignificant. How do we change that? Just a slight adjustment to the political landscape there.
At your command.
And now,
To battle!
let's wrap this up. Let's take out these barbarian nations.
Laying siege to the settlement!
Why haven't you been building siege equipment? Are you serious? Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. No way. What's going on here? What is going on here? Okay. Very cool.
Besieging the settlement!
We are going to give you these
Make
units.
haste, men!
And in return, I'm going to take the highly weakened ones. Yeah.
Advance!
And you are going to get back to Rome. ASAP. Martial education. Yeah, we're going to increase that. And raise Banner 2. I guess that's useful. Cavalry Commander. Second Wind. That is useful too. Might get Cavalry Commander. So we do need Cav. That is a fact. And we also need to keep our eyes on the ball here in terms of... oh, man. You need to get there sooner. Ally needs to get there as well. Thank you very much. And we got to keep our eye on the economy ball. So we're going to end our episode here. Next episode. Oh, we are starting the Spanish campaign next episode. Oh, we're going to attack you, dude. We're going to attack you. For sure, we're going to start the pacification. What's the name of this useless tribe? The Carpetani? Dumb name. Dumb name. You don't... It's embarrassing. We're going to take you. We're going to take all of Carthagenesis, I think. Are you Carthagenesis? Can you tell me? No, that's Terrakinesis. So Carthagenesis, we got to complete it. The Carpetani tribes are right there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Little quick episode. We'll see you in the Spanish campaign. Scipio Africanus. Let's go. We've been waiting for this. See you guys next time.